I'm annoyed. I'm trying to put a positive spin on it, but I'm annoyed. I wanted that to be a thing. G'day guys, my name's Josh. You can call me Jaboodle, and welcome back to 7 Days to Die, where we are back in my base building and testing world. And I'm very excited because I think we've discovered a new special block that may well be zombie proof. I know, it's a pretty massive call to claim that the block might be zombie proof, but it is a block that's made the zombies go a little bit weird when I've come across it in POIs and things. So the only way to know for sure is to find it, test it, and throw some zombies at it and see how they react. But the only way to do that is to find the POI. It's in one of the big boy factories, which I need to go and fly out to find. Find out what the block is, copy it, and bring it back to the park with me. We don't know for sure until we know for sure. Here we go. This is the building I was looking for, the Shotgun Messiah Factory POI. So when I was doing the Shotgun Messiah challenge not too long ago, I was pushing through here and clearing out the building, and I discovered something interesting. Oh, actually, this is exactly the right place. Discovered something interesting about these angled catwalk blocks just here. If there were zombies coming for me, they would take every other angle possible except for following me along here. They'd run through here, turn around, take the normal blocks, and not touch me. If I was over here, they couldn't get to me at all, because in their zombie brains, they didn't see this as a block. And it's kind of the same way that the old arrow slots used to work, and now the new zombie force field works. So if I have that option, specifically in an angled block as well, it opens up so many opportunities for us. I'm going to quickly just show you what I mean though. Give me an Arlene. How you doing, Arls? Want to come over this way, please? There you go. She gets real uppity, real mad, but if I back off over here, she won't do it. She won't do it. She'd rather go any other way she possibly could, even through a bloody vent, but she won't take the angled blocks. So if the zombies can't see it, but I can use it, that's just an opportunity ripe with possibilities. Right, so what I need to find out what specific block this is to grab my dev paintbrush. Grab you, thank you very much. Okay, so the dev paintbrush has the ability, if I hold R, to go copy block, and it will give me exactly what that block I'm looking at is. So what are you? You're a metal catwalk wedge corner railing. That's not a mouthful at all. No wonder Arlen was so excited to be around you. Right, okay, so if I now grab like my bog stock standard normal blocky boy, that one there, give me the concrete please, and search for catwalk. If I could type properly, that would be lovely. There we go. Catwalk. So wedge railing, wasn't it? Can I just go like catwalk wedge? No, I can't. That is actually how it's typed out there though. What's the point of a bloody search bar if you can't search for things properly? So this is interesting. Catwalk V2 wedge railing. It's a different block to that one. Maybe it's because it's specifically metal. I'm not sure, but it's a V2 wedge railing. It looks the same, but because it's like V2, that makes me think that potentially there's different coding in there, and maybe that's not actually going to work as a zombie-proof block at all, but I'll give it a whirl anyway. What if I try a different way then? What if I go like metal, what are you called again? Oh, I said like 1,000 times now. Metal catwalk. No, can't do that one. Catwalk. No, interesting. So, is it just like its own like regular block then? Metal catwalk. I don't know. Maybe it is one of those blocks that's just not available to the public anymore. Still exists in the old tier 5 POI, but isn't actually a real block. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, actually, while I've got this then, I'm holding on to that. Let's go another little trick of the trade. Give me, not the steel, just like corrugated metal. That'll do the job. Go here and go. I copy rotation. I can't even copy the shape. Oh, they might have seen me coming a mile away and taken the block away from me before I found a way to break their game with it. Clever, fun pimps. Clever! So the only way to know for sure if those blocks are actually zombie proof or not is to bring it over to my zombie force field testing apparatus thing. Whatever you want to call it, this thing over here that basically can just show me whether or not zombies can path across it. If you've forgotten how it works, basically I put the blocks along this gap here and spawn some zombies in. If it works for their pathing, they'll charge on up and run across here and punch me in the face. If they can't use it as pathing, they'll run around the outside and come up the back way over here. Very simple, very easy, not particularly refined or clever, but does the job. So what more could you ask for? I'll get rid of you though, because you're just kind of in the way, and leave the bike down at the bottom. And actually, before I do anything, I'm going to chuck down one of these special blocks over here, because if I like use all of these and can't get it back again, I can't be asked flying all the way back to the factory to get some more. Because it is that angled block, the pathing to get across this place isn't particularly crash hot, so I have to find a better way to do it. Plus, we already know that in that orientation, like we saw it with Arlene a second ago, we can be pretty confident that that is at least a little bit zombie proof. But what might be a little bit more handy to me then is if I go advanced rotation and whack you on upside down. Potentially then, well, this is kind of why though I wanted to find like a different version of the left and right so I can make like an actual path using them. But if I put it all along there, that is a bit of an easier path and potentially usable for the zombies. So let's see how they go. Arlene, if you wouldn't mind, let's get like 5 of you out here. Interesting. Very interesting. So if you flipped upside down, you... What? Why? Hang on a second. So this is going to be a little bit weird, but to get the path to actually look like a path, I've got to use the angle blocks and flick them back and forth. That's as far as I can go on that one. So we'll just do the same on this side and hopefully get them to meet in the middle. I mean, if they don't, I suppose I can just like... Yeah, okay. I'll just put in like a support over here for you then. No harm, no foul. All the way up to there. And that one too. There you go. Now you can all be happy again. Although how I get you both to connect, I also don't know. There we go. That looks like it should work for the test. Like if you imagine that those yellow railings weren't there, there's no way to get from the red block to that red block, nor across to like the T piece over there. So that should mean their path will get pretty confounded. Let's just drop down and get a couple of Arlenes and get them over here, please. Come on, Arls. That's pretty obvious. I think that's pretty bloody obvious. They can come up here and I'll just quickly skadoodle back over to this side. And they're like, yeah, oh, she thought about it. I think she just got caught up on the railing. They're all like, yeah, nah, old matey potato. I'm just going to move around and go the long way around. Nice. Okay, so that confirms that these blocks, as railings, aren't seen as zombies, which is very handy, but not so handy if we can't build them for ourselves. So I'm going to get rid of all of these, replace them with the V2 option, and see if that works the same way. There we are. So while it looks almost identical, I promise you it's not. It's the V2, whatever that bloody means, but these are the ones you can actually make in the game. The other ones that I picked up from the factory apparently don't actually exist. A holdover from an old version of the game, it seems like. Right, Arlene, come here, please. Turn on your AI. Ooh, so far potentially so good. You lot need to get off that tower, though. Can you path this way? No, you can't. Very interesting. Okay, good. So the V2 seems to have the same pathing issues, or issues for the zombies, that the V1 had. I do just want to like quickly double check that though. Get another couple and just really see if they'll take the shortcut to get to me here. If they come up here, look, I'm only a couple blocks away. You'd think they would, but now they're all destroy everything mode. They're just breaking down the supports wherever they can. Oh, that was a little bit cheeky. That's very cheeky. That's more than just one lucky zombie straddling the rails and making it across. That makes me nervous somewhat. How did all three of them make it across there? Was it luck or... I don't know, but none of the others seem to be taking it as an option. So if they land on the railing, they can make it across. Interesting. So there's some pathing there, but not what we need. That makes me very curious, actually. So if I kind of change tack here a little bit, and if I go and put these things upside down, because I don't really like the railings at all anyway, because you kind of like pop up onto them if you're trying to run quickly, and you kind of get thrown off the side, which don't ask me how I know that, because it's happened to me a lot. Well, you don't have to ask me now because I just fucking told you. But either way, you can go like that and... No, not that way, for goodness sake. You have to press the button twice. How are you getting this wrong? There and there and there. So, it's a nice flat bridge across the whole thing. So if there's ever going to be an easy route for the zombies to take with these, it's now. And I guess if this works, then you'll see this video. If it doesn't work, then you won't. Alright, guess this video's not coming out then. Fuck. Maybe before I stop the recording and throw it all in the bin, maybe I can try the V2 wedge plates that doesn't have the railing on it, because the thing that they're pathing along, it's kind of hard to describe, I think, but like if you look at that, they're not really pathing along the walkway itself. That's too far out of the way of the block that I don't really see that. They're pathing along the railing down the guts. That's why the occasional zombie that straddled the pole at the top was Arlene after all and made her way across. They could path on it, but the other ones, if they didn't land on that pole precisely, just couldn't. So potentially, we might be able to use this to our advantage against this. Using the same idea as before. We're all the way out to here, like that. Just using the same blocks in the same rotation as before, without the railing. I'm not hopeful because it's got such a big surface area that I feel like it might be okay, but we'll see how it goes. Here we go. Arlene, grab that one. Come this way, please. Well, g'day, sweetheart. That's some very interesting information you've just dolloped on my face. Why, how you fucking going? What do you bloody know? Well, strike a light. That is incredibly interesting. Oh, fucking alright then, superstar. Calm down, you long jump champion. So they won't path along the railing, not the railings, the catwalks without the railings. Oh, I think we're back on, lads. I think we're fucking back on! There's one more thing I want to test before I move on to trying some other pretty nefarious stuff with this. But if I can rotate that block upside down, so like the first block's just sitting on the bottom of that area. The second block, kind of like how the new force field works, is sitting on the top of the next one. Can I get this to kind of butt up against each other and give me a much easier walkable platform that the zombies still won't use? If I chuck you there and put you there we go. You can see already it's a massive, well, not a massive, but a much bigger footprint that makes my life so much better all the way along there. I'll do the same along here if you'd let me. There we go. Yep, there and there and there. Basically, all I'm doing is just guaranteeing that I'm not going to be too much of a muppet and fall off to my own devices. That looks pretty promising, actually. That looks pretty bloody good. Let's give that a whirl too. Put the Arlenes out. So the easiest way to get to me is along that bridge there. Arlene, come this way, please. Don't turn right. Don't turn right. Oh, oh, so there's something there. That's very interesting. So if you get greedy and try and make it so that your uncoordinated ass doesn't fall off all the time, turns out the zombies read that like a glove and do the same thing. Okay, so we have some compatibility. It's not foolproof, but it's also not completely impossible. I like this. I've come back to the Shotgun Messiah because I'm curious, because when I was here before, Arlene wasn't jumping to try and get up onto here at all, was she? She was like, oh yeah, nah mate, gotta run around here. Or is that just because there's like, it's such an easy route to take? There's only like a couple of steps to do it, and you're all kind of within one block of each other. What if I like change this a little bit? If I get rid of all of this, so she's gotta go all the way around. Well, she can't, can she? Because she can't take these things. Okay. Right. I'm not sure how I can test that, but yeah, the layout's definitely the same. I think it's just because it's all so close she didn't bother, but okay, interesting. No, just want to double check. All right, you're good. Let's get back to the park and see what we can muster. So armed with the information that we now know to work, I want to make myself like a very simple, very rudimentary, kind of like quad base, I suppose. Not necessarily like melee or ranged or whatever, but it's kind of an idea that's been floating around for a couple of years now, actually. And that's like, instead of like putting all your eggs in one basket, God, I've built a lot of bases in this town already. Instead of putting all your eggs in that one pretty rickety and very reliant on AI pathfinding basket, instead, you build a couple of different bases, and when one gets overwhelmed, you just boot off to the next one. The zombies then chase you over there, and you can kind of like move between them and force the zombies to reset all the time. And now that we have this, I reckon we can make something pretty cool, pretty simple, and pretty effective. The first step, though, is just finding somewhere to build the thing. I kind of like how the whole park is spread out on either side of the road, so I'll continue that, and I'm just going to build it out over here. I don't know how big I need it to be, but I do need to get rid of all the cactuses and stuff like that. All the little, like, random flotsam that's floating around causing me issues and going to really annoy my bloody blocks later on. Take all of that, get rid of everything I can, get a nice clean slate to work with, fresh canvas. So what I want to do, kind of similar actually to how, whatever that base is currently called. As I film this, no idea what that video is called by now, but whatever that base is, kind of similar to how I started that out with those 4 access points. We're going to do the same kind of thing, but instead of building up and having an intricate array of all sorts of electricity and things to trick the zombies into falling down and snapping the patellas all over the place, instead, we're going to trick them into running headlong into us and whatever weapons we're currently holding. And then when we get a little bit too hot and heavy under the collar, we're going to take a couple of steps away, go to a replica one, like an identical one, a little bit further across, and make the zombies come to us there again. So making the zombies do the hard work, and I can be as lazy as shit. I really wish there was a way just to go like, I would like this 3 more times, please. I know there's a copy and paste in the world editor, but like in just a regular survival, like creative mode, there isn't one, which bloody sucks. You gotta build everything by hand all over the time. Chuck all the stairs in. Just a simple pyramid stair, nothing special, done with a whole bunch of tiles of form. Make the zombies pathway up nice and smooth. Like that. Nice. Okay. Right. Well, that looks lovely. Good job, me. Let's do exactly the same thing 3 more times. There we go. Got the start of 4 killing corridors all set up and ready to go. Nice simple pyramid stairs, up and easy. Nothing special at the moment, but there's about to be a little bit of sprinkler fuck yeah on this little bad boy. I've got these little like brackets here to hold it all together, purely just so I could support the columns as I built it so it was all nice and symmetrical. But now we can get rid of these things and put in our new best friend. That wedge, what's it called again? This one. No, that's just variety helper. Doesn't help me at all. What are you actually called again, Jigglypuff? You are called the Catwalk V2 wedge plate only. Yeah, nice. So I want to put you just across this span here. Now, putting you upside down meant that the zombies could path across you. We tested that over here, so now we know that. So I can only have a certain amount of rotation available to me, which kind of sucks, but isn't too bad in the grand scheme of things. I can just go across like that, all the way across to them. And now I know if I'm fighting over here and things get really bad for me, I can just jump across here, and the zombies have no recourse to that. They have to jump off there, run all the way around, and come through a fresh set of defenses all over again. This makes life so much easier. The only thing I don't like about this is it does definitely look like an emblem kind of like stuck on top of it, which has, I mean, its own aesthetic appeal unto itself, but it's not really what I'm looking for here. And it's only going to get worse when I start whacking down a paint job as well. Like if I start going, yeah, that's fine, just paint like the outskirts of these things red, it's going to be a cool little design at the end. And now I started painting, I'm going to go the whole way to see what it looks like. But I might even just like replace the pointy bits on the end with just like the regular catwalks, because that pathing there isn't super important. It's only the span that matters. So if I can make that blend into like the regular base a little bit easier, I feel like that's well worth it. Yeah, look at that. I mean, yeah, it has its own appeal. I don't particularly hate it, but it's not super duper what I'm after right now. So you can go away, don't do them all at once, because then there's nothing supporting it. And I just need the regular catwalk. V2 bent plate, no, V2 plate only. Okay, that one there. Is there though? Oh, maybe a narrow. I feel like I've been here before trying to get like a narrow block to match up to a plate, but now that's like twice as tall. I need like, or maybe, oh, hold on. Hold your horses. Hold your bleeding neighing horses. What was it? It was like the thin bit that I used for the new force field. What's it called? I can see it in my head, but I can't find it here. Yo, it wasn't trim. It's slope plate filler. All right, I'll give you a crack and see if you match up to it. Like that. Nah, you're too short. Okay, that's fine. I tried my best and I didn't quite get to where I wanted to be, but that's what happens sometimes. You can't be a raging success all the time. Or any time, if we're being honest. But either way, V2 plate only. Gonna chuck you in and get you painted up to match as well, just to make it feel like it's integrated into the rest of the base. And it does. I like that. That's good. You know what? It's growing on me. The more I look at it, the more I feel like it's just adding some personality to what would otherwise be a pretty bog stock standard build. So, you know what? I'm here for it. I'm all about it. Gonna chuck in some more plates along there though, just so it's all nice and level, because now I can build like at the front part here, I can build my regular kind of like zombie horde based defenses, like a couple of poles or plates or whatever. It's already like up on an extra level, so I've got extra protection against zombies crawling through, which is great, but also more importantly, gives me an extra moment to run back over this way. I could even, oh no I can't because you're taking up all the spot though. I was gonna say I could put in like a door or something, give myself some breathing room, but I don't think I can. There's no blockages here, just gotta hope it all works. Because I am raised up just that little bit higher, I wonder, so I'm putting down the same like plate offset that I did in like the tutorial base over there, where I had some issues reaching over the top. But if you look at this now, and you imagine, in fact, I don't have to imagine really, Arlene, if you could come and give us a hand real quick, that would be amazing. Here we go, Arlene, trot on over here. Okay, bye, Arlene, I suppose. Jeez, when can I ever rely on you? Why? What? Why? That is awfully confusing. Was that to do with the fact that I was standing on catwalks? If I get rid of all of that and try that again, that's concerned me a little bit because she was acting like there was no way to get to me. All she had to do is beat her way through here. Definitely seems more interested in it now. Let's try like a bit of a longer run and see if that works out a bit better. Come on, Arlene, please, or your hands won't be clean because you're a zombie and you've been feasting. So, why didn't that work for me a second ago? Let's put them back and see if it repeats the same thing as before. Chuck you down. Always got to do your scientific experiments to get your evidence to back up your theories. Is that any better? Maybe it was just the first Arlene that had some problems. But either way, I'm up on a catwalk. I can still not reach over the top because the glancing blow says, yeah, bloody nah, mate. All right. God, I hate the glancing blows so much. I guess I have to find a different way to do it. All right, thanks, Arlene. That'll be all. I think just to put a border around the outside of this, I want to go too crazy. In fact, that's the wrong block. I would like a wedgie boy, please. Just like the normal wedge 60, the fat piece that goes on the bottom normally. You can go on the side, and if I face you in towards the middle, like that, that'll actually work out really nicely. Although, you are sticking out a long way, if I'm being honest about it. But it does kind of like bring everyone back into the center. So, yeah, okay, I can work with that. Put you over that side too. Grab myself a corner piece, which is just that one there. And make like a nice little facade around the outside of it. So when the zombies do show up, they all get pushed into the middle. And I'm not trying to like reach too far out of my comfort zone to whack them. There we go. That all looks bloody lovely. Like a nice little gate of death to be rained down upon the zombies. I didn't put another corner block in down below down there because it's another little piece that kicks out a little bit. And any sort of surface for zombies to catch their grip on, I don't want to have anything to do with. They go off the side, they're going down to the deck, no ifs, ands, or zombie butts about it. Speaking of zombie butts, so let's give this a little test run. Arlene, get over here, please, sweet cheeks. That's all good. You can't get through. You can flail your little spaghetti arms about all you bloody want, but nothing's gonna happen for ya. If there was a doggo even as well, real quick, zombie dog, get your attention if you want to come over here too. That's why I like having that little slot down there, so I can take care of a zombie dog if I need to, but I can also just walk over and give my club to Arlene again, give her my stick and hope she knows what to do with it. A bit over dramatic, but I like the enthusiasm. Nice, that works a peach. Now I was going to build 3 more of them, and I think we're pretty much good. I'm not gonna lie, there is something buried deep down in the back of me noggin that gets a warm fuzzy feeling every time I look at something like this. It's just like, it's sleek, it's simple, it's elegant and smooth, and it just makes me feel a little bit calmer when I look at it. Doesn't have to have all the faff and pizzazz of, admittedly, some of my other bases that have all that going on. Sometimes simpler is always better. It's like the Stonehenge of zombie killing, and I'm definitely here for it. I don't know if there's much more really to do to it though. I mean, what else really is there? I've got the barricades in place. Yes, I don't have any like zombie cop protection or vulture protection or anything like that, but if it's just regular zombies, this should be okay. I guess we'll give it a crack then. I'm not especially confident. We'll see how we go. Bunch of Arlenes. Get you out. Get your attention. You're just going to run around. Okay, so the challenge here is, so if I'm standing here, they can get to me, right? But if I then run over here, what do you guys do? Because you can no longer path across to me. You got pushed through. I'm sorry, you fucking what? You what? Why has that happened? Why is... Okay, everyone stop. I'm not in the mood for your shit anymore, Arlene. Things have gone bad, which means I can't pay attention to you, and you're just gonna get cranky at me about it. What? Why isn't that working? That should be working. It's the same as what we tested over here. It's the block on top. Look, I'll get rid of these ones. Those are the ones that stuffed it up last time, and I'll just give it a whirl again. I'm utterly confused. Oh my god, have I wasted my entire day? Have I wasted my entire day on a mechanic that worked once, I took it for gospel, and then never saw it again? Or did I break the wrong one? Hang on, I need to flip this over and try it again. This is disastrous. No, that one doesn't work either. They're still going up that way. So, what? I was going to say, I was pretty sure it was one that was sitting on the bottom of the block the first time around. So, what am I missing here? Why did it go from, damn it, why did it go from working completely fine the first time to now not even having a hope in hell? Or is 7 days just having a bit of a kitten and throwing me some curveballs? I wouldn't say it's beyond the 7 days ability to do that because it's done it plenty of times before. What if I test this again? What actually, I'm going to do, I'm going to rebuild this, I'm going to log out and log back in and see if that kind of like resets it because something's a bit skewy here. I'm not super thrilled about it. Okay, here we go. We've reloaded the world. We closed 7 days and booted it back up again. Let's see what we've got to deal with. Arlene, we'll wander over here, please. So they don't see it as a path then. Okay, interesting. How I'll hold the phone. Like, kind of, this is really skewy. I don't know what it's doing. It's not acting reliably at all. It's not doing the same thing twice, so how the hell are you supposed to figure it out? I'm stumped. But look at that. She came all the way across. If some of them are making it, then all of them can make it. It's just occasionally decide not to. I don't know. Maybe Arlene's had enough of my shit and it's just lulling me into a false sense of security. So I build something like this, and then she just comes and punches me in the nose anyway. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed. I thought that block had so much more potential than it turned out to. There's something there, like you can see that something is weird in the zombies' brains when they come up against it, but if you're having a couple of zombies make it through or make it across, then the rest of the zombies must see it as a path. Maybe they just fall off or something like that. They're not going to reroute their pathing to go around a different way. So, unfortunately, I think that means that this idea here, well, is a bust. Maybe not a complete bust, because you know what? I promised you, like, you know, a little quaddy base that you could reroute their pathing with. There are ways to do it, just maybe not with these blocks in particular. Give us a second, I'll make one that works. Sometimes this is better not to overthink it if you can at all avoid it. We know that the new force field works and works a treat, so if we need the zombies to recalculate their pathing, this one will do exactly what we need it to do. Not really entirely sure what to chuck right smack dab in the middle. Maybe we'll just continue that one and then continue that one. Just so it's all nice and even. Copper rotation in like that. And we'll just match that up with the roadblocks. I don't know. I had higher hopes for the catwalk stuff. I really thought we were going to find a new block we could have some fun with, but yeah, nah. I certainly wouldn't put my faith in it to protect my base, so I wouldn't recommend you guys do it either. I would never, you know, put my vouch on something only for it to go to shambles when everyone else does it. That is just not good cricket. But there you go. Just like that, build yourself a four-way force field, and that should mean that if I stand here and I go, excuse me, Miss Arlene, if you'd like to come and have a little chinwag with me, please run up the stairs and say g'day. I'll get my clubby boy at the ready and just, completely whiff the shot, but bonk the first lass that shows up. Nice. Now that's done, I'll run over here. You guys should no longer have the option. You might get distracted for a little bit beating on shit, but then, yep, down you go, run around and come to join me over this side. Other than the destroy everything mode they go in for falling off the side, that's exactly what I wanted to happen with the catwalk blocks. What's you doing? There you go. But unfortunately, it just wasn't to be. You know what? I think we can all agree, as much as today has been a bit of a roller coaster, that's a fail. I reckon I failed in doing what I set out to do. The block that I thought had the zombie-proofing properties does not. And I only found that out, even with my testing, only found it out when I put it into actual practice. But hey, that's why we do like the first test, then a practical test, just to make sure it does actually work the way we want. Because occasionally, it just doesn't. So that's a big old fail by me. It's been a while since I failed something that badly. I had to revert to a previously known design. Well, you know, happens to the best of us, and occasionally the Woodle office as well. But there you go. I'm annoyed. I'm trying to put a positive spin on it, but fuck, I'm annoyed. I wanted that to be a thing. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to leave this episode here. I do have some other ideas. My whiteboard over there is chock-a-block full of all different ideas that I want to test out in Shaboodle Park and see what kind of cool bases we can make. Ones that don't work, ones that, well, do work, kind of, and ones that work really bloody well. There's a whole smattering of options, but we don't know until we try. So I'm gonna have to come back and build some more bases and test some more things and put the zombie AI through its paces in another episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to all the patrons of Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked, make sure you hit the like button down below, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.